What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to some more Littleroot laddering. So we are basically wrapping up with Series 9 this month. So I figured that would be a perfect time to be able to play this team that I've been working on for, a couple weeks now. Shout outs to Poppy for putting this together for me. I know he's played it a couple different times and really enjoyed it as well. So this seems really, really interesting. I went on this kick where I wanted to build with Focus Energy, Sniper, Octillery, and it was like okay, but I couldn't figure out exactly what I wanted to do with it. So instead I realized, hey, we can just do moody Octillery things and it'll be fine. So we have Choice Specs Moody Octillery. We have two different modes of the team. We have the Tailwind, like Thunderous plan, and then we also have Trick Room with Stakataka, and Octillery's in that really weird speed stat where it can do both Tailwind and Trick Room things and kind of be fine either way. So a lot of the time Octillery will just come in the late game and click Water Spout or click Blizzard or whatever and pick up endless KOs. With Choice Specs, Water Spout is almost always a guaranteed KO against Torkoal in Sun. So, like, just absurd amounts of damage being put out here. And then if you add in the potential for doubling your special attack or your speed with Moody, then it just gets outrageous. So, the rest of the team, we have Amoonguss to be able to have a little bit of redirection for Stakataka for Trick Room. Of course, we have Tailwind on Whimsicott. We also have Charm because we don't really have a way to intimidate things on this team, and so having Whimsicott as like double duty in that regard is just fine. And then we have Cinderace here as a way to say, hey, I have this threat, you should bring out your Intimidator for Thunderous to be able to just sweep. And it's been fun. I've really enjoyed this team, and I'm really excited to actually get to showcase this team and get to show it off this week. So let's get to game number 1 today and see exactly what we can do. And let's see. I'm curious down in the comments if people would like to... I would like to hear what people have to say for like mons that they've wanted to play and just have been either putting off or haven't actually played with before. I'm interested in hearing what people have to say because Octillery is definitely in that boat for me. And it strikes fear into your opponents. I know Poppy played this for ATX Monday Night Friendlies a couple weeks back and was able to pull out a win with it by setting Trick Room and then Dynamaxing Thunderous with all in the matter of a few turns. Ooh, Colossal, you say? Interesting. So there's a couple different things we could do here. Mainly, Octillery just doesn't care. Especially if we do have like Amoonguss for redirection. Typically they'll just want to be like, alright, cool, I'll set Sun, and then Octillery's like, okay, pick up the KO. So that seems okay. The fact that they have Reggie Draco here is also interesting. Weakness policy could also be on Metagross, and they have Shadow Sneak on the Sableye here. Could also technically be weakness policy on Dragapult, but them having Dragapult cold tells me that that's what they're doing here. And I think with that being said, I think I really like the idea of Amoonguss Stakataka as a lead. Try to get Trick Room up and like Dynamax Stakataka under Trick Room. Octillery seems really good here, just being able to pick up endless KOs. And I think, strictly on the back that they have Metagross and Dragapult here, I think I like Cinderace for Sucker Punch and or Pyro Ball. I think that lines up better than Thunderous here. And of course, Whimsicott doesn't particularly do anything because they also have the potential for Tailwind. So the fact that they could just, set up Tailwind and then as their form of speed control and then Dynamax Cold if they need to, just means that we're not going to be able to outspeed them in that regard. So let's play towards the slow mode here and see what we can actually do. And it's going to be Colossal Dragapult. I'm pretty okay with this. This should be a free Trick Room here on turn 1, and then we can bring Octillery in and just blow them up. So we'll Rage Powder, we'll Trick Room. I have a feeling this is going to be Dynamax, Surf, Pick up the KO on my Amoonguss. And trigger my policy on Stakataka here. So we're just going to get to do a ton of things here. Interesting, no Dynamax. Just going to be Dragon Darts, okay. I mean, I'm still pretty okay with this. They connect the Fire Blast. I mean, yeah, I still get Trick Room up, so... Okay. I kind of want to bring out Cinderace here so we can Sucker Punch the... Dragapult. And leaves Octillery in the back here. I'm pretty okay with that, to be honest. It seems really weird to bring out Cinderace under Trick Room, but I think that's fine. We'll go for the Sucker Punch into Dragapult. And we're going to max and go for... Quick is probably the most effective. We could also just ignore the Colossal and target down the Dragapult right now. And I think... Do they have... They do not... they could technically have Tornadus here, but I don't think that actually does anything for them to switch. Could also be Focus Sash on Dragapult, so going for Rockfall could pick up the KO. I'm going to Quake it. We're going to see. They're going to withdraw the Coal. They're going to bring out Sableye. Okay. I mean, I'm still pretty okay with everything we have going on here. So the question is what does Dragapult go for here? If this is Protect, I feel pretty okay. No Protect. But it does fail, so that means it's probably Will-O-Wisp coming out. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna get the special defense boost, that seems pretty okay. But they missed a Will-O-Wisp, so like that's pretty perfect for us. And now I'm going to Powerball this Sableye, and I'm going to max guard the Stakataka this turn, because I have a feeling there's going to be a Quash coming my way, and I would rather not get Quashed. I would rather not get Quash plus Will-O-Wisp here on from the Dragapult. Oh, Sableye also just has Will-O-Wisp. Yeah, that's smart. Yep, definitely forgot that is something that Sableye can carry. Not quite enough for a KO, unfortunately. There's a Dragon Darts into Stakataka. Second one hits Cinderace. It's pretty okay. Okay. Sure. Lefties Sableye. Interesting. I mean, I will Pyro Ball down the Sableye one more time. No, I'm not. I'm going to... We'll Sucker Punch the Dragapult, and we will go for a Quake into the Sableye here. Pick up the KO on it. Even if they do connect the burn, that's still fine. I just want to make this Stakataka basically unkillable. Okay, there's the KO on the Dragapult. And there's the KO on the Sableye. Cool. So we picked up 2 KOs, only one from Stakataka in our 2 turns. I mean, our 3 turns of Dynamax. I also expected the Pyro Ball to do a little more to the Sableye there, but that's fine. We're at +2 special defense, +1 defense on Stakataka. Unfortunately, we're burnt, so that is moderately unfortunate, but we know they have Colossal, and they shouldn't have a way of triggering it anymore. They have Metagross as their last. Interesting. Interesting. It's going to be... I have a feeling this is going to be Dynamax Metagross now. So I think the play to make... I kind of want to switch out. I have one turn of Trick Room left. One turn of Trick Room. So I think staying in and protecting with Cinderace is fine. And we can go for a high horsepower into the Metagross. Yep, there's the Dynamax. The question is who is this? And I think with them having Colossal already, like, the fact that they can't trigger policy on... They can't trigger Steam Engine on Colossal means that it's pretty easy to assume this is Metagross maxing here. It could be Assault Vest, could be Life Orb, could be Lumberry. There's a bunch of possibilities here. They're going to protect the Colossal. That's pretty okay by me. Because now we protect the Cinderace. We turn into a normal type. The question is, what does Metagross go for here? We connect the high horsepower, and I mean, we do damage, so that's fine. They're going to Steel Spike into Cinderace, and that is enough to pick up the KO. Cinderace not known for its bulk, so this is actually pretty okay. Octillery can hopefully come in and threaten our opponent a non-zero amount here. The fact that we got the burn on Stakataka could cost us this game, unfortunately. The fact that Cinderace was not able to pick up the KO on Sableye. So we'll go for the Water Spout. And we will go for a Trick Room. Try to set one up. This could be Quake into Stakataka to pick up the KO on it. But we're also +1 defense, so there's a non-zero chance that it just doesn't work. I think Octillery is like our single out here. Like, we really need Octillery to be able to go toe-to-toe with this Metagross, and I really don't know if it's going to be possible. Especially with them having Mindstorm. Probably not. Nope. Well, I mean, we lived, but this is going to be like a, base 20 water spout. Literally 1 damage to Colossal. We did trigger Steam Engine and their policy, so that's cool. And unfortunately, we're locked into Water Spout at this point. It might have been better just to lock into Scald at that point. They are going to go for Meteor Beam. We are going to, of course, set up Trick Room here. Okay. Well, this is interesting. We know they're locked into going for Meteor Beam this turn. And we get the speed boost, unfortunately. I mean, that's kind of whatever. Like, Octillery is not doing anything, unfortunately, at this point. So we can go for the high horsepower into Cole, try to do a non-zero amount to it this turn. But this shouldn't KO. Nope, nowhere near it. This is Steel Spike into Octillery to pick up the KO there. And I think that's going to be game. I think Stakataka getting burnt was kind of the nail in the coffin in this game, unfortunately. I think had we brought out Octillery instead of Cinderace, we could have been in this game. And just started firing off like a Blizzard that turn. I'm not sure. Not entirely sure. But I do know at this point we're not going to be able to pick up this KO. So I'm going to go ahead and concede this game and move on with our lives and save us all a little bit of time. Close but no cigar, unfortunately. And that's just how it goes. It is what it is. Unfortunately, they had Max Mindstorm on Metagross. It's not something you normally see. So the fact that they had it, it's kind of off-putting. I was hoping that Octillery would just be able to come in and be ignored. And unfortunately, opponent realized that the Octopi is the best. So let's see what we can do here. See if we can get a win on the day. That'd be great. I obviously would like to hit Master Ball this week. As long as I hit it by the end of the month, I really don't care. And even doing that is like whatever. I have enough points and everything else that I can do basically whatever I need to at this point. But obviously, hitting it with this team would be pretty ideal. This team's pretty fun. So yeah, make sure you pick up the rental code while it's available. Once again, shout outs to Poppy for putting it together for me, because I don't always have time to actually build my teams, even though I want to. And I've been in the process of shiny hunting Octillery to actually be able to put this team together. So it's really unfortunate that we finally got the Series 10 rules, because now that I've found a team I've liked and am starting to put it together, it's like, oh yeah, by the way, you can play this team for like 2 more weeks. Granted, we have a month, but for laddering purposes, it's not that long. So yeah, I should have... I think I have everything for this team done except for Stakataka at this point, which I just have not sat down and grinded out for a shiny Stakataka, which is whatever. Obviously, it'd be ideal to get it, but I don't have one. So if you have one and would like to generously donate it to me so I can have this team fully shiny, so I can put a rental code up for that, that'd be fantastic. I greatly appreciate it. Well, we didn't get paired up, so let's try one more time here, please. I would like to play more games with the Octopi. I'd really like to get to show off Thunderous today too. Like, this really interesting set with the Thunderous. We have Steel Spike as well, because like having this incidental steel coverage on Thunderous is pretty great. Be able to... Ooh, this is a lot of bonds that are weak to Octillery. So I'm going to do Whimsicott Thunderous up front here. Octillery gets to come in and do a ton to everything our opponent has going on. And I think I like Cinderace here in the last slot. Amoonguss could be fine just to come in and take a hit, but them having Charizard and Torkoal makes it a little less appealing, as well as Mamo. Charizard, Torkoal, Mamo isn't the greatest here. This could be Focus Sash Mamo, and then like Air Balloon or Shuka on Raichu. I have a feeling when they see Thunderous on the lead here, they're going to switch into Raichu. Man, 2 for 2 with no Intimidate so far. Not really getting to show off my nice trainer card. I approve of the stance. Not getting to show off Defiant Thunderous is kind of disappointing, but it is what it is. So it is going to be Mamo plus Grimmsnarl up front here. I'm pretty okay with this lead. This could be Focus Sash. This could be like Ice Shard plus Fake Out into my Whimsicott, so I am going to go for a Protect this turn. And I am going to go for... We'll go for a Steel Spike into the Grimmsnarl. See if that is what they're going to do, or if they're going to try to set up screens here. If they do set up screens, we get the defense boost, so the Mamo's not going to do a ton to us. And then the following turn, we can Steel Spike plus Charm. We can Steel Spike the Grimmsnarl, pick up the KO, and Charm the Mamo to really downgrade the amount of damage that it's going to be able to do to us. Of course, we're going to Dynamax for our opponent, because Thunderous is the fastest. Well, second fastest thing on the field. Whimsicott is still faster than it. The question is what is your Grimmsnarl set? That is a very important question that always needs to be asked. It's going to be Scary Face. Well, opponent, I need you to know that you just gave me a Defiant boost. So unless this Mamo can somehow guarantee this KO, which is not going to with Rock Slide, this is a very KO'd very KO'd Grimmsnarl. Nice crit. Plus, I can just Tailwind. So, like, that speed drop really does not matter. I can Tailwind plus Airstream this turn and then just be faster than what our opponent would. Like, just outspeed them naturally next turn. Could also Energy Ball to guarantee the Focus Sash isn't on Mammo, but I think Steel Spike is probably just going to be the play. I also probably want to Airstream, actually, just because they could have Venu. And the fact that Venu could be in the back, I want to be able to outspeed it. So we'll go for the Tailwind, and we will go for an Airstream into the Mammoth line here. I'm just going to ignore this Torkoal. If it wants to go for an Eruption, that's kind of whatever. I have an Assault Vest, so we should hopefully be able to take that hit. Obviously, it's a Torkoal, and it's a Sun-boosted Eruption at full HP, but hopefully what happens here is we get Tailwind up, and then Whimsicott goes down, and we can bring in the Octopi. And it's not Sash. Cool. Cool, cool. So unfortunately, because of the Scary Face, we are going to be slower than Venusaur if that is their last mon here. At least for a turn. Whimsicott is not really doing anything here. I guess we can go for... I mean, this really isn't doing much here. So I'm just going to bring in Octillery. That's not true. I'm gonna bring in Snow. I really want Whimsicott to go down. I'm gonna bring in Octillery. And I am going to Airstream into the Venu. It is probably Koba. They're gonna, of course, Gigantamax their Venusaur here. Would have this no other way at this point. And they should be faster than me. Maybe? I really don't know. I'm hoping that with being +1, even though I'm minus... So I'm technically -1 with Airstream boost right now. Yeah, they're just going to double protect. This is actually fine, because what this means is Octillery is just going to switch out into... we're going to double back into... Actually, what do we get the boost here? We get the special defense boost. We get the defense drop. I actually think staying in with Octillery is fine here. Obviously, Thundurus is going to need to wake up, but... I'm just going to go for a Water Spout. And we will fly into Venusaur. Obviously, we stay asleep this turn. That is guaranteed. I think it was correct to target down the Torkoal, just in case we are faster than the Venusaur. Yep, Octillery goes down, but that's fine, because now we can bring out Cinderace. And this is probably a full-powered Eruption. No, it's just Burning Jealousy. Okay. But we hang on to that. We should hang on here. And we really, really need... I would like to know how many turns of Tailwind I have left. I think it's correct to bring out Cinderace here. Unfortunately, we're going to go down to... This is our last turn of Tailwind. We have 2 more turns of Sun. So if we fly with Thundurus and we wake up, we still go down. So I think we just click Superpower into the Torkoal this turn. And I will go for a Pyro Ball into the Venusaur. It very well could just protect this turn. Actually, I'm going to go for a Wild Charge. Actually, I think Superpower is probably the correct play, because then the Venusaur, then the Cinderace is not getting doubled into in the event that Thundurus does wake up here. We do, and we get the Wild Charge off. I mean, we do a good chunk to the Torkoal. but it is citrus. Alright, Cinderace, you gotta put the team on your back here, buddy. And it's just going to be Burning Jealousy. This shouldn't do much. Actually did way more than I was hoping. Between that and Vine Lash, it's going to do a good chunk. Tailwind is now over, but we get to bring back out Whimsicott, set up Tailwind once again. I was really hoping Octillery would live that Vine Lash, but obviously it's a Vine Lash from a Venusaur, and I guarantee this is probably max special attack Venusaur. So I don't actually know why I thought we would live that, but whatever. And we will Tailwind once again. Luckily, this does not trigger Burning Jealousy, because we are technically not raising our actual stats. We are just doubling our speed. And this is a Sun-boosted Pyro Ball. And that's enough to pick up the Venusaur. Okay, I think we're in this game. Oh no. The fact that they have Body Press is really not good for us, to be 100% honest. Oof. Okay. The fact that they had another attack besides Burning Jealousy is not actually great for us. Because I don't know if we can two-shot this Torkoal. Probably not. I know I'm max special attack Whimsicott, but I doubt this is enough. Actually, I mean, sure. And then you protect this turn. Obviously you protect. Yep. I don't know why you don't just attack there. I feel like you can just two-shot me. Because now I can just spam protect until I wake up. Come on, Whimsicott. Come on, Whimsicott. Wake up here, buddy. Alright, well, we get the protect off. I mean, they should just Burning Jealousy to win. So we had to crit exactly Energy Ball this turn to win. Alright, we didn't crit, so we should be dead. Oh, I should have switched out the Cinderace. I should have switched out the Octillery, and I think we could have won that game. Because had I switched out Octillery back into Whimsicott, Whimsicott goes down that turn, and then I'm able to have Octillery versus Torkoal in that end game, I think. It's close. It's real close, but I don't think it's quite enough. But, you know, this is why we play games, and we learn from the games and see what we can do. The fact that it was also Yawn Torkoal was really unfortunate for Thundurus, but it is what it is. Also, Scary Face. I don't quite understand the Scary Face into my Thundurus that turn, because I feel like there is no chance of Mamoswine ever one-shotting my Thundurus. Even if I don't Dynamax, we saw that the Rock Slide did less than half. So I don't quite understand that play. And the fact that they weren't Sash on the Mamo means that they were Sash Raichu most likely then. Wonder what the item was on Mamo. Because we saw it wasn't Life Orb. We didn't see Life Orb on the Venu either. So it was almost definitely Koba. Also, going for the superpower on Torkoal I think is a little more optimized, just because then Cinderace is taking 75% damage from that Burning Jealousy, and then we can still pick up the KO on the... I think that's another play we could have made, was the turn where I attacked into the G-Max, the G-Max Venusaur with Cinderace, I think it was pretty obvious that they actually go for the Protect there. So I think it was correct to double into the Torkoal that turn. And just, like, go for either Sucker Punch or Double Edge into it. Holy cow, look at that. We finally get paired up. After, like, 5 minutes of waiting. That's an Araquanid. Araquanid lines up against Stakataka pretty okay. I'm actually kind of scared of that, I'm not going to lie. Luckily, Thundurus kind of dunks on it, and Rillaboom here, so Thundurus seems pretty okay. They probably have Will-O-Wisp on this Dusclops, which is kind of scary. I really like Thundurus. I kind of wish I had Taunt on Whimsicott here. Clefable is really interesting. I could just max in front of this and go for Steel Spike. Man, I really like Stakataka here. What if we do like Thundurus Amoonguss up front with Stakataka, and we're going to do Octillery things. I think it's actually incorrect to bring here because they do have Rillaboom, and I think there's a very good chance they bring Rillaboom. But I really like Octillery, so I want to do it. I know that's not at all correct how to go into these games, but that's the way we're going to do it today. All right, opponent, what do we got? What do we got? I'm anticipating either Clefable plus Dusclops, or Rillaboom plus Dusclops, either of which I'm pretty okay with, to be 100% honest. Because depending on their lead dictates what I do. And it's going to be Dusclops Clefable. Okay. I mean, they're not going to anticipate Steel Spike, right? No one anticipates the Steel Spike. I really don't know if this does enough. There's only one way to find out. I'm ready for this to instead be like Ally Switch plus Calm Mind Clefable or something, and it just could be completely thrown off by everything they have going on. They're actually going to withdraw the Dusclops. Interesting. Is this Safety Goggles Rotom, and they're not going to go for Follow Me here? I mean, the fact that they know I'm Assault Vest on the Thundurus means that, like, Rotom's not going to do a ton here. Unless they have exactly Will-O-Wisp on their Rotom as well. Rotom probably means they don't have... And it's going to be Protect Clefable. Okay. I'm anticipating Goggles on the Rotom still, though. And it is Babiri, so there's actually a very good chance that Clefable would have lived this hit anyway. But getting the defense boost here is good. Oh yeah, we were nowhere near KOing through Babiri. But getting these defense boosts in case they do have, and it is Safety Goggles, yep. Okay, that's fine. This is completely fine. Because now we can go for, I like going for another Steel Spike into Clefable. And I like going for Rage Powder here. Because if this is in fact Will-O-Wisp, then I feel pretty okay with how this is going to turn out. I would much rather Amoonguss get burnt than my Thundurus here. This could also be Nasty Plot. I'm hoping it's not Nasty Plot. It's Nasty Plot. That's unfortunate. Because that means they're going to Dynamax this turn. Or, I mean, they should. They should Dynamax here. So what's the play? I think we're going to switch out Amoonguss into Octillery. And we're going to go for an Airstream into Clefable. I could also protect Amoonguss, but I don't think that actually does anything. Also, Rage Powder didn't accomplish anything there, even if they did have Will-O-Wisp, because of safety goggles. So that was actually objectively the worst play I could have made. So we should have just picked up the KO on this Clefable last turn by going for the Sludge Bomb there. Show me Dynamax Flare into Octillery. Yep, there's the Dynamax. And then this is going to bait Max Lightning into that slot next turn, so I can switch into Amoonguss. Helping Hand. Scary. It could also be Lightning into my Thundurus to try to pick up the KO there, but I don't think that's going to be nearly enough. With me being Dynamax full HP with Assault Vest still, even at +2, I don't think that's going to be nearly enough. And it is Flare. Okay. Oh, it's Flare into Thundurus, which is not enough. Special attack. Defense. Attack. Interesting. We haven't got a good boost on Octillery yet today. This is probably Ally Switch Dusclops. If I was a betting man, this is probably Ally Switch Dusclops. Which means I'm going to fly into the Rotom slot. What's the chances that Octillery is faster than Rotom now? What's the chances that Octillery is faster than Rotom at +1? Octillery is currently at 76 times 1.5. Rotom base speed is 86 versus Octillery's 60. 45. Oh yeah, there's a 0% chance we are faster. So we will go ahead and preserve that, go into the Amoonguss here. Because that defense boost is not going to do anything for us. Okay, Max Guard. They're going to set up Trick Room? Okay. I'm just going to protect Amoonguss here. I don't understand them setting up Trick Room. Do they have Araquanid in the back? Like, Thundurus isn't being targeted this turn because I'm moving last because I'm the fastest thing on the field. So this should just be Flare into my Amoonguss. Yep. And it's just Nightshade. Okay. So how much does this Flare and Sun do? Too much. Holy cow. Actually too much. Oh, we get a little Black Sludge recovery. So I think the play this turn is I'm going to... Amoonguss is just outside Dusclops' KO range. So switching to Octillery is safe here, and going for the Spore into Dusclops is fine. Because this means Rotom has to target down the Amoonguss to take it out. So, like, a double up here is the only way that... Like, the fact that Amoonguss is slower than Rotom means that Dusclops should be falling asleep this turn. It's going to be Nightshade into Octillery, that's fine. Dusclops is going to take a nap. And they're just going to Nasty Plot again. Okay. I mean, that seems fine. Special attack. Oh, speed? Okay, that's even fine. That's also just fine. How many more turns of Sun are there? This is the last turn of Sun. That's really unfortunate. I could lock myself into Blizzard, try to get a freeze on the Rotom. Could also just Scald. I think at this point, Water Spout still does more. And I will Sludge Bomb the Rotom. They're going to target down my Octillery this turn. They're going to withdraw the Dusclops. They're going to bring out Rillaboom. This is fine. Completely fine. Yeah, protect with your Rotom. How much does this do to Rotom? I mean, to Rillaboom. Holy cow, that's insane! Okay, we crit, but that's still in the sun, guys! Holy cow. Black Sludge, Grassy Terrain. And Special Defense, Special Attack. So we're +1 Special Attack, +2 Special Defense, -1 Attack. But we're in Grassy Terrain, last turn of Trick Room, so we're going to swap into Thundurus, anticipating... I think I had to give up Thundurus this turn. And I can Sludge Bomb into the Rotom. I need to take this Rotom out. I think if I take Rotom out, I can win this game. But I don't want to bring out Stakataka yet. Especially since they're at +4. This is going to be Grassy Glide into the Thundurus. Pick up the KO on it. That's calculated. That's completely fine. I need this to do a chunk. That did not do a chunk. But we get the poison. Problem is we're losing both of our Mons this turn. And now Trick Room is over. We have Octillery plus Stakataka. Octillery is going to go down to a Grassy Glide. But that just means they're not targeting down my Stakataka with Rillaboom. So that means I can attempt to go for a Trick Room here and hope to live the Overheat. But with having no special defense investment on this Stakataka, I don't think that's going to be possible. I'm going to click Water Spout, but obviously that's not going to happen. And I'm going to go for a Trick Room, but I don't think we live this turn. They protect with Rotom? What? That's like the one way we win this game. Opponent. You know my Rotom is slower than you. You know Rillaboom has priority. What? Why would you protect Rotom there? Because now Rotom is KO'd to Rock Slide here. They have a sleeping Dusclops in the back that has taken 0 sleep turns. Okay, they missed the double, yeah. Rillaboom's going to Grassy Glide. That does a non-zero amount, but Rock Slide's going to pick up the Rotom here, and that's the real threat to us. And we're going to get a defense boost, so this Rillaboom's going to do less. So now I can target down the Dusclops. I mean, I'm just going to click... I'm just going to click the Rock Slide again. And go for flinches on the Dusclops. In the event it does wake up. I mean, it has to take a turn of sleep. They're going to see my weakness policy, but that's whatever. I could also Gyro Ball here to KO the Rillaboom. I think that's right. Let's take the Rillaboom out this turn. Rillaboom actually has Protect. Okay. Did not expect that. Dusclops also has Protect? Or do they ally switch with their Dusclops? Okay. Grassy Terrain's over. There's no way that Dusclops is slower than my Stakataka. Oh, there is. I'm not min speed. Oh no. Dusclops definitely has ally switch. It's the only thing I can think of. It either has ally switch or min speed on Dusclops is 32. It's 27. So yeah, the Dusclops actually underspeeds me. Somehow, some way, Dusclops actually underspeeds me. And they had the Will-O-Wisp. That's so unfortunate, man. I mean, this technically isn't the worst thing, because now Trick Room is over, and I can go for Rock Slide flinches. Man, the fact that this Stakataka isn't min speed is really unfortunate. Yep, they should win this race. Because now I'm just over 50. But I'm dead next turn, so I need a flinch. I just had to flinch the rest of the game. Yep, GG opponent. Man, that's really unfortunate, but that is what it is. Unfortunately, it's an 0-3 today, but I feel like we had good games. I did not expect them to bring okay, that's a lie. I expected them to bring Rillaboom. I didn't expect the Rotom, and I expected, instead of the Rotom, I expected the Araquanid, and for them to actually want to do Trick Room things. The fact that they didn't actually worked out kind of okay for us, but end of the day, it's not what I want. I want Rental Tombs. End of the day, we are here to learn, and Octillery, I mean, you see how much damage we did to a Rillaboom in the sun with Water Spout, and we weren't even at full HP. That's the crazy part. So that is going to be it today, everyone. Thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll be back later this week with some more Littleroot laddering. So have a good one. Peace.